You know, if you're a dog owner, chances are you've got a little piece of tech clipped to their collar. One of those activity trackers that gives you a window into their day. It's awesome, right? It gives us peace of mind and just a ton of data. But today, we're going to dig into what that data is really telling us about how our dogs are doing.
So think about it. You pull out your phone, you open up the app. What's the very first number you look for? Come on, be honest. What's the stat that your eyes just automatically jump to? I have a feeling for most of us, the answer is exactly the same.
Yep, it's the activity, right? The steps, the miles, the active minutes. We're all obsessed with it. Did we hit our goal for the day? Did they get enough exercise? We've all kind of bought into this idea that more is always better, and that a tired dog is a happy dog. But that's only looking at half the picture. What if the most important piece of information on that whole screen isn't about how much they moved, but about how well they stopped? This is the big idea we're diving into today. It's all about the overlooked and, honestly, the incredible power of the pause. Okay, so let's get into our first section here, more than just steps. Because, look, as much as we love seeing the charts from their zoomies at the park, your dog's tracker is quietly capturing a hidden, and I'd argue, a much more important part of their day. So a truly happy and healthy dog, they need a balance of these three things, right? Physical activity, mental stimulation, and rest and sleep. And we're usually great at that first one. We might even be pretty good at number two, with the puzzle toys and training games. But that third piece of the puzzle, rest and sleep, well, that's the foundation that everything else is built on. All right, let's totally flip our perspective for a minute. Instead of seeing those quiet periods as just, a failure to meet an exercise goal, let's really look at what that stillness actually means. And this, right here, is the game changer. Rest is not just your dog being lazy. It is an active process. It's when their brain sorts through the day's learning, it's when their muscles repair themselves, and it's when their entire nervous system gets to recharge. It is literally when your dog's emotional and physical batteries get topped all the way back. And all of these things you see here, they're incredibly positive signs. When your tracker shows these nice, long, solid chunks of stillness, it's proof that your dog feels safe enough to completely power down, to let its nervous system chill out, and to properly, deeply recover. Now, there's some really cool science behind why this switching off is so critical, and it really all boils down to one key hormone that I'm sure you've heard of before. Meet cortisol. We all have it. It's the body's main stress hormone. It's essential for that fight or flight response, giving your dog a burst of energy to deal with a sudden challenge. But here's the thing, it's designed to be a short-term visitor. When it hangs around all the time because of stress or a lack of quality rest, that's when the real problems start. And this chart just illustrates the difference perfectly. Over on the left, you've got healthy rest, these long, solid periods where the body can actually flush out all that cortisol. This leads to a calm, well-regulated dog. But on the right, you have fragmented rest, constantly being woken up, startled, or just never really settling. This keeps those cortisol levels high, and that can lead directly to behavioral issues like reactivity and anxiety. Which brings us to what I think is maybe the biggest aha moment for a lot of us dog owners. It's this huge misunderstanding of a very, very common label we put on our dogs. Okay, so just to put this in perspective for a second, a puppy needs up to 20 hours of sleep a day. 20. That is a massive biological requirement, and even adult dogs need a significant amount of downtime. Now, when they don't get it, something really interesting and often confusing happens. And there it is. This is so important. That dog that's bouncing off the walls, the one that can never seem to settle down, it might not be because they have endless energy that you need to burn off with more and more fetch. They might actually be completely exhausted, just running on fumes, caught in this crazy cycle of being overstimulated and overtired. Does any of this look familiar to you? This is exactly what a chronically overtired dog looks like. It's the dog that barks at everything on a walk, gets frustrated and mouthy super easily, and just cannot find its off switch at home. It's not a training problem, it's a sleep problem. So what do we do with all this information? How do we actually use it? Well, it all starts by asking ourselves a different and, frankly, a much better question when we look at our dog's data. This is it. This is the simple shift in perspective that changes everything. We need to stop asking, how much did my dog move today? And start asking, how well did my dog recover today? See the difference? The goal isn't just exhaustion anymore. The goal is restoration. I mean, think about it like this. Sleep is not something your dog earns after a big, tiring day. It's not a luxury or a reward. It is as fundamental to their health and their well-being as food, water, and air. And protecting their ability to get that sleep is one of the most important jobs we have.
And this is where that little tracker on their collar becomes so much more than just a fun gadget. It becomes a tool that helps you become a secret advocate for your dog's unspoken needs.
So here's the game plan. First, don't obsess over a single day. You want to look for patterns over a week or even a month. Second, are you seeing those nice, long, solid blocks of rest, especially overnight? Or third, is it really choppy and fragmented? Are they waking up all the time? And finally, if you do see patterns of poor rest, you now have objective data. This is a fantastic conversation starter you can bring to a professional trainer or your vet. Ultimately, this is what it's all about, using this technology, not just to count steps, but to get a much deeper understanding of our dog's emotional and physical state so that we can make better, more informed decisions for them. So, the next time you open up that app on your phone, don't just glance at the active minutes and close it. Scroll down, look at the rest data, look for the patterns. The real story of your dog's well-being might be hidden right there, just waiting for you to see it. So, what is your dog's rest telling you?